still playing Christmas music in the middle of summer, which is fine, I guess.
Really?
Winter. Yeah.
I
Here comes Santa Claus and stuff. It's just
wow. Does she have the traditional whatever the ice cream song is?
No, I have not heard that.
I mean, I don't want to tell this person how to run their business, but if I'm selling ice cream, I think you got to go with the number one single, right? You got to just let it go.
Get the nostalgic, get the millennial parents out. And the kids don't give a shit what song it is. It's ice cream time.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you were listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again, or for the very first time.
Here we are. Well, this is the first episode back. Our good friend Joe is off the market, ladies and gentlemen.
Scratch the name off the list. He's done. He's off.
Look elsewhere. The man is taken. The man is taken. Now,
I was going to say friend of the show, but
I don't know. That's that
busy.
might be.
He's too busy.
That's taking liberty. That's taking a liberty with his title.
A topic friend of the show.
Frequently discussed. Rarely appears. We had a nice little wedding weekend for ourselves on the Labor Day weekend, Cerny.
We did. That's what we did. We celebrated the
union.
Joe's wedding.
The union of
Joe and Stacy.
And it was it was, well, I mean, they already had to move it because the whole COVID thing last year, and then the wedding was not without drama, circumstance, and mostly drama, I feel.
Yeah, it was a little smoky because there's some fires really close. But actually, you know what? When it was crunch time, a little breeze blew smoke out. It was nice.
It was great. I mean, Cerny and I were in the bridal party. I believe we were groomsmen. Groomsmen, yeah. Groomsmen. And I didn't realize that our friend Statboy Dana was actually a
I didn't know that until rehearsal. We're doing a rehearsal. They were saying, yeah. So because he was behind me, they said, okay, so that's the maid of honor, the best man, the best man. I turned around because he was right behind me. I said, "You're a co-best man?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "When did you get promoted?" He said, "Oh, fuck you."
Was there a review cycle we missed, Cerny? I don't think I would have been.
Vote.
I don't think I would have been in the running. I admittedly was not. I didn't make the bachelor party. I couldn't make my attendance was sparse.
Took notes for you. I made it very clear. I was taking notes for you on the walkthrough. It's okay.
And I only managed to fuck it up one time. But it all worked out. It all worked out. Fine.
No, nobody knows. Nobody
knows. Most importantly, the Stacy wasn't there to see it go down, and it was just it looked like I was being silly. I played it off as a silliness.
It was actually, I didn't even know you messed up. I was just
because you hadn't come down yet.
No.
Yeah, so I was making I wasn't able to attend the rehearsal, but I mean, Cerny, we've probably been in 6 weddings.
Oh yeah, I think at least.
And so I feel like I have a good grip on what the requirements are for a groomsman. You walk your counterpart down the aisle, and you go your separate ways, and you shut your fucking mouth. You laugh when you're supposed to laugh. You clap when you're supposed to clap. And no one's looking at you, and don't be a distraction. That's how I approach it.
It's not your day.
No, it's not my day. So Yeah, we got Dana, Stat Boy Dana was at Cerny's house, so we picked you guys up, me and my wife, and we hustled up the mountain to make sure that we can get to the wedding 4 hours early. Because when we got up there was 20 minutes of work waiting for us. And
Dana was saying that. Why do we got to be up there? I said, I don't know. I don't make the rules. It's not my day. Just following orders. That's it.
Now, Cerny, I think this is a little. I totally understand why brides would be really freaking out about the groomsmen not being there. Now, I'll say this: Joe has he has a wide spectrum of friends. He has. And I would say Chip and Cern were on one end of the spectrum.
Yep.
And then on the other end, you have slapdicks. So I think you might, and Dana's not excluded from any of these categories, mind you. But, but you might think, well, the spectrum.
He's the go-between.
Yeah. He floats between the two. Now, the spectrum might not be as broad as I'm letting on if Cern and I are the farthest away from slapdick, so you get the point here. But I see why you would be stressed about having these people show up on time and making sure their shit together, making sure everything's going to be great, because you just want your day to be as good as you can.
Yeah,
and I'm here for that, and that's why when I was told to get there at whatever time, I just showed up and I didn't question it. But I will say this, and Cerny, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Groomsmen, when there's a lot of downtime and the alcohol is already present, that is a combination that is potentially wicked and dangerous.
Yes.
So I would say we did pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying we were sober or
we weren't dry. It wasn't a dry.
It wasn't a dry endeavor, but compared to some of the other pre-gaming that was going on, I was thinking I'm not cut out for this anymore. I don't think I can hang. I would be passed out if I tried to go hard in the paint with some of the other people that were there.
The day drinking, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I was like, I had like a beer or two, and then I had like 2-3 bottles of water, and then I was like, I'll have another beer.
Just being responsible, I guess. We're being grown-ups.
Being adults.
But it was good, and we got our pictures taken. I thought that was fun. There was, it's always, I thought that they hired a really good videographer, photog combo. They were good. They were on it. And we did our poses that, let's do the GQ look, let's do the smiles, let's do this and that. Joe's there.
Goofy, all the stuff.
I mean, I had a couple ideas, but I don't think the photographer was really into some of the stuff that I was tossing out there.
Now, so my wife was obviously in the bridal party.
Yes.
She was bridesmaid, and so they did us first, and they went and did all the bridesmaids and the bride at the end. So the report back to the bride was, well, the groomsmen behaved the best they could.
Wow, that's a little slanderous, but it's not untrue. It's not. I
mean, the groom did get punched in the dick.
I don't know how that happened.
By a friend of the show. Maybe a co-host. I don't know.
Maybe it could have been a co-host. But the thing is that, and I think this is why I do this wild card stuff, is because the best moments to capture are the ones that it's not a pose. And so sometimes you just gotta be a wild card sometimes, because that's where the good shit happens, right, Cerny?
That's right. I don't know. I think I don't know. I think it was more of a reaction. I forget why you backhanded him in the nuts, but
I don't remember either. Oh, I think because we were sitting in front. Me and you were sitting in front in the chairs, and they were sitting there. There was a lot of people standing around. I said, "Oh, I feel like the queen."
Oh, that's
sitting there, and Joe's like, "You're acting like one," which was pretty funny. I thought I gave it a laugh, but then I in my peripheral, or if I was a donkey, I would just see it, no problem.
360 vision.
Yeah, 360 donkey vision.
Now that is also from the wedding, right?
That is, yes. That's another. I saw Joe's twig and berries in my peripheral, so I just
they're hanging out of his tux. By the way,
they were hanging out of his tux. This is the goofy. We were going for the goofy picture. Cocks out for the goofy picture.
Yeah, Harambe.
So I just rip. I just hit him with a whack, and I must have got him real good because he doubled over, but then he started giggling and laughing, and then
everyone started laughing, and then that's what actually I think when it went south for the behavior wise.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah, I think they like broke the seal, and then it just kind of went from there.
Oh, because it's like, we're being silly now, and then I sort of opened the floodgates to that. That's on me then. My bad, Joe.
It's all right. We're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
I pulled it together right after. And I think part of the problem too is that, we're not hanging out in person as frequently, and Dana's there, Joe's there. It's a bit of an audience. Tony, a lot of our friends are there. So I don't know. I feel like, I don't get to hang out.
The energy, you can feel the energy, and
was
it just starts going from there.
And the sexual tension as well between the groom and his groomsmen. Cut it with a knife.
Yeah, with a butter knife.
I thought we had a good time. Now, I think Cerny and we feel like, let's speak for you, Cerny, when the time comes to be on and to focus up and be on your game, unless it's in Mr. Broderaco's science class, we usually do a pretty good job of doing that.
I agree. We'll fuck around when it's fuck around time, but when it's time to be serious, it's time to be serious.
Yeah. We'll put our dicks back in our pants and we'll be serious. Now, I noticed Joe was being a little bit, there were some anxieties. I saw he was being a little anxious, a little nervous.
A lot of pacing.
A lot of sweating, because it also was hot.
Yeah. It was warm, yes.
And Cerny, I know probably the worst thing as a groomsman that you can do is to let the groom get fucking sloppy drunk where he can't even stand up, or he's slurring his words, or
that's not starting the wedding off the right foot.
That's a bad way to start
the bad luck.
So I think
it's not favorable.
We kind of went on and we're like, okay, I was sort of slightly monitoring Joe's consumption, making sure he had some waters in there, doing all this kind of thing to make sure that everything was good.
I handed him a bottle of water or so.
Also, how much
you need this?
I was pissing. I must have pissed 6 times at that wedding. I don't know what it was, the thin air or something, but it was just running right through me. My kidneys were working overtime.
Especially with the amount of sweating I was doing too, which is surprising. Usually, you sweat.
We were probably super dehydrated, like the next day or two, I would guess.
Oh, I was. When I woke up in the morning, I was like, ooh, my mouth was like this hard.
Yeah.
So hard.
We didn't even. I saw some cigars going around, but none that were offered to us.
Oh, I didn't see the cigar. None floated our way.
It was at one of the back tables, I think. And I went by as I was probably going to take another piss.
Noted.
But we got Joe loaded up, and I thought it went well. I walked down the aisle with Dana's wife. It was a great time. We had a nice brief 35 steps or so to the podium, to the altar.
Yeah.
Gave Joe a big hug, and then got back in line, and we were good to go. I thought it
came together.
It went really well.
Went well, nice and smooth, and no speech from Joe.
That was interesting. There was a little. Well, I think maybe as millennials are taking this on of like whatever the status quo is or the tradition, you do you is sort of the motto. Is like you don't feel like eating last and walking around to every table and shaking hands, don't do it.
It's your day. Eat first. I have no problem with that.
If you don't want to write your own
actually, I had no problem.
Don't do it.
And I didn't do that either. I didn't.
Me neither.
I didn't have a problem because the speeches are the speeches, and it's like okay.
Yeah,
I get it. I like Dana did a speech. And I quite enjoyed it. Really brief to the point. Okay, let's get going.
It was there was definitely some roasting in there. I think he opened it up with, "I never thought this day would happen" with Joe.
Now, fun fact, talking to Joe's dad after the, where everyone's eating stuff fast. Years he say would come. He said, "Not a chance in hell." that was his rebuttal. Not a chance in hell that I ever think this day would be here.
Nothing like a little confidence from your old man to pump you up.
I mean, he's a realist. There were some points. I mean, I think we talked about like, ooh, this is future.
And that was definitely a theme, this bachelor for life kind of, because Joe's just fun to hang out with, and he likes to have a lot of people at his house and hang out and do beer pong and beer and Coors Light and softball, Coors Light,
cornhole, and bowling, and
Coors Light, lawn darts.
A man of many hobbies.
Regular darts, Coors Light. He likes a lot of stuff, as you can tell. So
he's the jack of all trades, the bar scene.
He does enjoy his geriatric leisure games. I will say the lawn darts, the cornhole. And stuff.
His retired life is lined up already.
He's working. He's sharpening those knives already. Now they brought a barbecue smoker truck situation, which had some hot sauce. Yep. Now, I mean, Chip and Cern are into the hot sauces. We did the Hot Ones challenge. We discussed this. What's that spicy chip called, Cerny? Remember we were talking about? It's like one chip. It's
El Diablo or something. Devil's Toenail or something like that.
Devil's Toenail.
Devil's Toe. Let me see.
That sounds. It's one chip, and basically there's some chart on the inside about how many minutes you go without drinking anything. I think it's basically like an ookie cookie, but with scorpion pepper dust and all sorts of craziness. It's like crazy amount of Scoville units. I thought the hot sauce was good, but Cerny
I got a little
slathered it, put it on his barbecue with a ladle, I think.
Yeah, well, I got a little overzealous.
Yeah,
I was trying to. I was like, had the sauce. I was like, "What do you think?" The guy said, "I mean, this one's just a regular one, but this one's good. It's the ghost pepper sauce." And I was like, "All right." So then I did one of those because I was used to like. I did one. That's great pot. I'm showing everybody what I did. I squeezed it like like it would like a ketchup ball or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, "Ooh!" When I saw it, I was like, "Ooh." I may have made a mistake, but there's no givesy backsy, so I got to ride with it now.
Yeah, you could have sopped it up with cornbread or something, but then you have spicy cornbread, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought the wedding was great. It was a good time. The weather turned out great. The smoke was blown away. There wasn't too much tomfoolery. There was a lot of boozing, though.
There was boozing. There was
to be expected there.
Yeah.
Now, Cerny and I we had many adventures during the wedding, but this had very limited parking. It was the wedding venue was this kind of it was a beautiful place. I would legitimately go here again. I would recommend this place. I thought it was that good.
I agree with you.
And for the price
really
too,
nice.
from what I understand.
And it's kind of up in the what do you call it? The foothills.
The foothills. By Pollock Pines or Apple Hill, if you're
Hill, yeah.
If you are a Northern California local, and so the deal is that you could park near where this sort of little house was, unload, drop your clothes off, all this stuff. But during the wedding, you had to move your car to this parking lot, which was
up the hill.
Up the hill, we'll just say. So, Cerny and Dana and my wife, we picked them up in the Tesla. So we had the Tesla, which was great because it's a fun car to have, AC, it's cool, all this stuff.
Oh, yes, it's sweet.
So we parked it there, and Cerny and I were like, okay, let's go move this car. Now there was this dirt fire road hill that people were walking down, like people were. But then there was also cars kind of parked on the hill, and I had seen a golf cart go up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just assumed that was the way to get to the parking lot.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. Apparently, on the way in, we passed the proper entrance to the parking lot. So we should have like gone back out to the road, hooked
to the main road,
took a right, and it would have been a 2-minute drive. So we just start going up this dirt hill, this fire road. Switchback probably had 4 switchbacks on it.
Yeah,
this is maybe quarter mile, 0.3 miles, something like that. And we're going up, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know if this car can. I don't know what its off-road capabilities are.
Well, we were about to find out.
We're about to find out. So we went on there, and I said, well, what if we like roll down this hill as we're driving? And it's getting a little, it's not a paved, it's like a dirt. It's a dirt.
Yeah, it's
road.
fresh. It's just loose dirt. Not even gravel. It's just dirt.
Yeah. So right when
and you're doing a switchback.
Yeah.
Right on the switchback after you said that. We roll down the hill.
Got a little squirrely on us.
Uh-oh.
And I said, okay, we'll just talk about this when we finish the journey.
Yeah, don't want to jinx it.
And then we kind of got off the switchbacks, but then the trail really started narrowing because this is also a Christmas tree farm. So they had all their inventory lining the sides of the trail. Yeah. There would be stumps, but then you would see huge 6-foot, like perfect Christmas trees.
Oh, that makes sense. Why I was yelling about the trees, right?
Yes, he got mad that people would step on these like saplings. This little tree sticking out a foot that no one could see. He's like, "Watch out for the tree!" I'm like,
"Don't step on my tree!" Like, okay, well, we're moving this arch.
Yeah, we're doing you a solid.
Yeah,
but he's looking at that as like that's an $80 bill we're stepping on, but in 5 years or however long. It's kind of an interesting futures game, the Christmas tree business. But anyway, so the trail started getting a little narrow.
Yes, it did.
And it quickly became apparent to Cerny and I that this road we were on was not really meant for vehicles. It was meant for more like golf carts.
Golf carts and pedestrians. That's what I think.
So as the Christmas trees narrowed in on us, they just started scraping up both sides of my car because it was unavoidable. And I'm like, well, okay, I just got this. We just got this car like a couple months ago, and now I'm gonna have fucking tree branch marks down the side of it. But we kind of stopped, and then we're like, well, I don't think we could reverse down this.
But not with the switchbacks.
Not with the
dirt.
I feel way more capable in my forward driving than my reverse driving, as I think most people do.
Yeah.
Have you ever met anyone that's like, I'm a savage reverse driver? The
No.
Transporter.
Maybe transporter. Yes, transporter.
Jason Statham
Possibly, yes.
Transporter.
Maybe
Italian Job.
Fast and Furious.
Oh,
crew.
Yeah. That's a good
I'm
point.
sure Vin Diesel can, quarter mile at a time.
Yeah.
Fucking do in reverse. Who knows?
In reverse.
But us pedestrians.
Us. No, I did not feel that good. So we just kept proceeding on through these trees, and then finally we hit it, and it was like, oh yeah, just kind of what we meant to do.
It did come together. Although there's a second there, I was like trying to do the math. Like, I think we can go over this hill to the left to get on the main road here.
So I was thinking about. So yeah, as we're driving, we're down. We look up to the left, and there's literally the road, and it's probably 4 feet above where we are.
Yeah.
So if you're driving, you would drive, and you would kind of see like the top third of our car, but on the weird side down road, and probably people are thinking like, what the fuck are these people doing down here?
Yeah, what are these doing? Because there are people driving past us. Like, what are these two morons doing? In a Tesla driving. I thought,
dirt road.
So to be honest, I thought like when we said we got to see this through, I said, well, yeah, we do. And then I thought, our luck is we're gonna come up to the parking lot, but there'll be like 2 big ass granite boulders, something stupid like they have like at the head of a trail. Like, fuck.
Cerny, I thought the same thing of like, this is clearly walking. I mean, we would have found a way.
Yeah, there's a will, there's a way. We
would have found a way, but and luckily, because we did it early enough, so no guests were there to further our embarrassment.
Have to dodge the Tesla.
Yeah, yeah, that would be sorry coming through. Because we're taking up like 150% of the trail. And then we walked down, and we got really dusty on the walk down.
I did get really dusty.
And I forgot my glasses, and the sun was starting to fade. And I'm like, I don't want to be. This is if you have glasses, you'll get this. I know you don't. Well, you have glasses and you should wear them, but you don't.
I should, but I don't.
So I have prescription sunglasses and then my regular glasses. So I should have at least one of them on. I didn't have my sunglasses on for the picture, so I was kind of already like, I felt like I was swerving already just because my vision. I forgot my fucking glasses in the car, so I had to walk all the way back up and back down the hill to go fetch those before
That's
the
right.
wedding.
They did call you out, like, you are the only one with sunglasses. I was like, oh.
Yeah. And I was like, well, why am I disciplined for being prepared? That's what I want to know. But anyway, it was a good time. We sat at the table of the high school that we went to with some former alumni.
Yep, and Dana
were there, and Dana, also an alumni.
Yeah,
and
Paige too. Yeah, Paige is alumni too.
Yeah. Oh, she is.
Yeah, she was. Oh, she was younger than us.
Like 07 or something, or 07. Anyway,
I don't know.
We'll figure it out later. We'll do the math later. And someone at the table said, "Hey, are you guys still doing your podcast?" We're like, "Yeah, of course."
No, I almost said not a friend of the show, but I didn't know how they're going to take it, so I just kept it in my pocket.
Yeah, it's like, yeah,
seems
we're doing it.
Not a friend of the show. Wasn't it like the Chip and Stern show? And I was like, no.
Oh,
it was, yeah, it still is. And
we've pivoted a few things. I mean, I don't even know how many episodes we've amassed at this point, but yeah. It was a good time. The dance floor went out. They very clutch had a ice cream person show up.
Yes.
Which, Cerny, funny story. Take it away.
So the I saw the ice cream cart get pulled up. I was like, wait a minute. This is the same ice cream person that frequents our house every Wednesday.
It's like a golf cart ice cream truck. Basically.
Yes. And she frequents the neighborhood. She goes in front of my house every Wednesday. And then she's out in front of Jeffrey's school every Friday.
I mean, you know where your business is going to be, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I know she does her rounds. So I didn't know it was every Wednesday until there's a neighbor next door. He's a kid. He's special needs.
Mm-hmm.
So he was telling me like he was out there, like she was late one day. I didn't know. And he was like freaking out. And I said, hey, what's going on? And he was telling me that she's not here. And I said, oh. And they said, well, he's waiting for the ice cream. I said, she comes every Wednesday. I was like, oh, shit. I didn't know that. I was never really pay attention.
Right.
Between all the power tools and stuff, so loud.
Yeah.
It's deafening over
all the businesses you're operating out of your garage and knocking fence boards off.
So, yeah, to paint them. So I actually started paying attention, and sure as shit, she was there every Wednesday. She comes by.
There you go.
Still playing Christmas music in the middle of summer, which is fine, I guess.
Really?
It's winter. Yeah.
Here
comes Santa Claus and stuff. Just
wow. Does she have the traditional whatever the ice cream song is?
No. I have not heard that.
I mean, I don't want to tell this person how to run their business, but if I'm selling ice cream, I think you got to go with the number one single, right? You got to just let it go.
Get the nostalgic, get the millennial parents out. And the kids don't give a shit what song it is. It's ice cream time.
So we saw this come up, and Cerny starts saying how he has this ice cream thing and blah, blah. So then we start a nice conversation about what's the best ice cream to get from the ice cream truck. Mm-hmm. Now, Cerny and I quickly aligned on the Snickers ice cream bar.
Yep. Snickers ice cream.
Unbeatable,
can't beat it.
in my opinion. Some people were, I don't know, what were some other...
Choco Taco,
which, to be honest, I haven't had in a while, but I wasn't going to... I know, it was okay. The Snickers...
it's kind of like a drumstick and a chocolate...
Oh, and a shell.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay, but it's not... Someone said, "Do you want a Snickers ice cream or a Choco Taco?" Choco Taco.
That's a no-brainer.
Out.
Also, they had It's, which It's is a pretty solid choice because you get the little cookie, you get chocolate, and you get the ice cream in there too.
Yep.
So one of the groomsmen he saw this like a sniper in the bell tower. He saw the ice cream thing, so he starts walking over there. And Cerny goes, yo, grab me a couple of those Snickers ice cream bars. And he's like, yeah. And everyone's been drinking. And I'm like, Cerny, how confident are we that this order is going to go through as prescribed?
I was
it was a coin flip. Much to my happiness, he came back with like 4.
Yeah, I know. He came back with
Snickers
4
ice cream bars.
So you and I had 2 because
we're children.
I thought we had them we ordered them for the wives too because they were on board with the Snickers ice cream, but that's not how it didn't come to fruition.
What did your wife end up going with?
I don't know. I forget. It was something in a cup, wasn't it?
No, that Paige had that ice cream.
Oh,
thing.
Paige had that.
And my wife got this, threw me for a loop. I didn't see this, and I've been with my wife for many, many years. She got an orange sickle bar.
Oh, that's right. You got the 50-50 bar.
Like, what the
that wasn't even 50-50.
This?
It was like 75-25.
Yeah, it was like a 75-25.
75 orange, 25 cream.
But they also had like the Spider-Man ice creams with the gumball eyes and SpongeBob and Ninja Turtles.
SpongeBob and stuff. Yeah.
Ninja
Turtles.
Push-ups. They had all your classic stuff.
Yes.
But the Snickers ice cream bar. But she wasn't there for too long, which is probably good because now after that second Snickers ice cream bar, I gotta admit my tummy was hurting.
Yeah,
it
was
not a great decision.
And I was like, I should have stuck to one. Oh well.
But then I mean, there very easily could have been a scenario in another hour where, you know what? Let me try one of these Choco Tacos that everyone's so hot.
Yeah, we'd have gotten a debate about how good they are, how bad they are. Like, all right, we're going back up there. We're getting another one.
So, pretty genius call for that, and it's pretty smart on Joe and Stacy's part because then you're not doing the whole cake.
Big cake. I did like that idea. Cake. That was really good.
It was good, and I like when people kind of mix it up with the food truck thing, and they're making it's cleanup's easier. It was good. Got people out of their seats. It was great. And then once the lights started going down, then they started all the dancing.
Yeah, the DJ was good. I like the DJ. She was good.
She was good. Had a very particular, just only played certain songs. I would say there was no. It was very narrow in terms of its scope of playlist. I would say
dance song, hip hop songs.
Yes,
and stuff. Yes. Now, she said any requests during the rehearsal.
Yeah.
I need it download to my computer. So give me the request right now.
Okay.
So you know what came out of my mouth.
Yeah.
November Rain. And I was quickly booed out of the basically out of the venue.
Why can't they just
great? It was like, oh, great wedding song. Really, everyone's gonna get hyped for November Rain. Get the fuck out of here. It was. I hate barrage like no one's ever seen before.
Oh my god, like that's.
They might as well have been throwing stones at me. It was just like the villagers after Frankenstein. It was just everybody turned on me.
You were being You were being.
I know. I was like, where's
hunted.
Chipper? Fuck.
I needed to be there to back it up.
The crowd is booing me.
Like, fine, we'll go Welcome to the Jungle then.
Yeah, that's what I said. We
or
can
Mr.
do another
Brown,
one.
Mr. Brownstone. Where else should we take this?
Paradise City. You can do whatever you want.
Paradise
City. World's your oyster.
Paradise City would have been a swimming success.
Yeah, but I was booed. So any other suggestion after that was.
Yeah. Oh, and all the downtime that we had before, because we just didn't want to sit around and drink. Cerny and I did a little exploring. This is beyond us driving the car up the mountain. Now this is another thing.
We took our exploring, on foot.
We took it on foot on our bipeds. There was this little lake or a pond rather. There was a swing and a fire pit and a bridge. So we went over there to check it out. And there was a little boat there, a little rowboat. And I thought, I got to get into this tonight. After a couple wobbly pops, I think a nice little boat ride around the pond is just what I need. Knowing full well that would get vetoed by multiple parties, multiple wives, beyond my own.
Yes.
But it did happen.
It happened. Actually, I thought my wife was going to veto it, but she was in the boat.
I took some very nice photos of you too. I sent them to her, and she just kind of said, thanks. Like, why would you bother sending me these? I'm like, I thought they were nice. You should actually.
She didn't join because she was giggling to herself when she showed them to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was actually giggling.
I was gonna say. I mean, one of them it looks like Cerny's kind of like rowing the boat, and his wife's sitting there with his blazer on because it was kind of getting chilly. And I was like, oh, what a kind of a nice little. It was kind of like a cheesy,
so actually, she was enjoying it. Maybe the text didn't come through.
Like
the expression didn't come, but she was giggling.
Next time,
Jeffrey,
throw me an emoji. Throw me an emoji on that one so I can get a handle on the tone. But I'm glad to hear that. And then of course I had to hop into the boat. Now the boat was very wide, flat bottom boat, so very stable.
Yeah, it wasn't really wobbly at all.
It's not like a fucking canoe where it's like teetering on a razor's edge of you fart out the wrong cheek and the thing's like tipping over or capsizing or whatever. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
But your wife, in her defense, she knows the sort of tomfoolery that we normally.
Yeah, they're like, untie this thing because it was still tied up. We kind of like did like a little drift on the rope.
Yeah,
I was like, untie this bad boy. Like, no.
There's one paddle too, so it would have been.
That was a little tough.
But yeah, I don't think. Do you think Joe made it over there? I don't think.
Nah,
I heard they were going to maybe take photos in there, but.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he trusted the boat either.
Yeah. Could you see the bride in her brand
all white
wedding dress
going right over
into the fucking pond while trying to get into his boat? Oof, that would be a memory.
A memory.
It would have been a memory. Yes, it would have, certainly. Yes, it would have. And then I think we kind of naturally got out of there. It felt, we weren't the first ones out. We were probably in the later. Third.
Yeah, because I was like, we're at it. We're going to be early. But I heard like, everyone's leaving. I was like, oh.
Well, you know what?
That's my bedtime.
Let's pack our thing because it'd be late. And then we all walked. Me, you, us and took our ladies up.
Tony came with.
Tony came in tow as well as we paradise by the iPhone light, hiked it up to the car, and drove it on home.
Drove it home. It was nice.
It was good. We dropped you guys off, and then we went to where we were staying with. My wife's dad, and they had some wine open already. The kids were asleep. They had a nice little outdoor couch, and they're like, "You want to join us for a glass or two of wine?" I mean,
does the Pope shit in the woods?
Let's. And they're like, "We can open some champagne." I'm like, "Oh, I'll be there. Don't worry, I'm there. You can count on me."
When we got home, I took off the tux and laid it out for return next day.
Oh, yes. Good call.
And then
let's talk about this Men's Warehouse. So, Cerny's a little triggered. Again, I was one of the last ones to get fitted for my thing. I will say in my defense, there was a Men's Warehouse literally in the same parking lot as Target that I go to like 4 times a week or whatever. It fucking closed. So the next closest one was in Santa Rosa, which ended up being a 45-minute each-way drive.
Ooh.
Because there's always traffic going to wine country, and it's like a 2-lane highway. I was in there to get fitted. Pre-pandemic, I've been fitted for the tux, and I kind of know, I'm like, yeah, I'm a 42, I'm a whatever waist. Like, I know my stats or my measurements. More girth than length. And so it doesn't take that long, but it took me at least an hour, if not an hour and a half, to get fitted up for this fucking thing.
Yeah, it did take a while to get fitted up when we did it too. I did it with Joe. Stacy said, "Hey, Joe's like he's was one of those like I don't know if he was just procrastinating or he just wanted somebody there with him. And Josh was there too, who was a best
he was the
man.
main best man.
Yeah, he was the main man. But so I was like, yeah, I'll go with you guys, no worries. So we were there for a while. We got she even had an appointment and stuff.
But it didn't matter.
No, I mean it. Yeah, I mean we got to like jump there was like a list of people. I was like, oh shit.
Oh,
but
right
but we still had to took a while.
And then picking the suit up, because you were kind enough to pick mine up because I had it sent to the same place as everybody else's, just for safety's sake, I guess.
I said, okay, I'll be in and out. Just gonna pick up some tuxes.
How long could it take?
That's
5-10 minutes.
So it took me 45 minutes.
Oh my god!
I walked in. I was like, "Oh, there's a lot of people here."
And this isn't you trying it on again, making sure everything fit. You just wanted to grab
just
and go.
Picking them up. I've already measured. I'll pick it up, and I'll get to it in a second. But so I walked in, and the place was like full of people. And it's not like there was a couple kids that were in high school, it looked like, but mostly was like our age,
customers or something.
So weddings, and I was like, what the hell? So you have to sign in. I was like, all right. I signed. There's so many names. I was like, what the fuck? Initial, what you're here for? I was like, pick up, whatever. They have like a little key, a little legend for you.
Oh. I
was like, you have to sign in just to pick the shit up? I was like, whatever. I'm not gonna say anything. Whatever.
Yeah.
Signed in, sat there. And this old guy, like within 3 minutes of me being there, like was just blew a gasket.
Really?
So can I just pick up? I'm just here to pick up a tux.
I would be pretty upset as well.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, and the lady's like, I'll be with you in just a minute. Because I've been hearing that for the last hour. Thanks, though. Thanks for nothing.
Whoa.
Just go get my tux. So she went and got the tux. And I was like, ooh, douche. Right? I was thinking, like, whatever.
Why don't they just have them on a rack and say, I got it here, and they just check your ID real quick, and they're like, all right, see you later. Oh, I know. People have to pay for them still, so I do get it, I guess.
Well.
But you're right.
So I was like, what a douche. But I was like, okay. And this lady's freaked out too. It was not maybe 20 minutes after that. I was like, damn, it's taking forever. She got pissed and she's like, listen, we're just here to pick up a tux. I was like, all these people are here to pick up a tux. What the fuck? And the lady's like, well, it's not we'll get to you when we get your name. She's like, I just want to get the fucking tux. I've been here for an hour and a half. And I was like, oh shit.
I would not be
an hour and a half. And like she had like little kids that were like starting to like,
oh no.
Yeah. She's like, Can I just have a manager? And the lady's like, well, I'm the assistant manager and there's no manager. So she's like, but and she started like, oh no, then really having a meltdown. I was like, oh fuck.
Would you say she was going Karen on her or just?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she was getting really pissed. Like, but I was like, well, I usually don't like to side with the Karens, but I was like, she's making a point. She's here for an hour and a half and she just picked up a fucking tux.
Yeah.
And so then this one guy's like, I'm just here to return a tux. She's like, well, it's not your name. We'll get to it. And he just basically like handed it to her and said, fuck it. And just walked out. And I was like,
lay it on the somebody else, leave.
This other guy's like, can we just get our fucking tux? So I was like, that's 4 people. That's 4 people.
Just knock all these people out real quick because it will only take.
Yeah. So it was like, so here's what I was thinking. Like, so she was like fitting somebody and he was trying the clothes on, but she would just stand there with her fucking arms folded while the guy was.
Oh, with her tape.
This guy was
like,
neck. Yeah. She was just like waiting for him. This was an old guy. He was like, ironically, he was carrying around an oxygen tank. No mask. No mask on. I was like, okay. Man, what would happen if you got corona? But whatever.
Yeah.
But he was moving.
Did you trade that oxygen tank in for a fucking ventilator?
Yeah.
Probably not.
He'd move like a turtle. So it's like he's changing. Right now is the time you could just start pulling tuxes, but she's just like, nope. I thought, well, you have a shit attitude. I called Joe and said, hey, dude, it took me 45 minutes to get it.
Wow.
And actually, it saved me because it was going to be way longer. But somebody had come off of lunch. Was like, "What's going on? Who's here to pick up a tux?" And we all everyone raised their hand. She's like, "What's your last name? What's your last name? Just do you want to go? You can try it on here if you want, but if you want, just try it on at home and just let us know if there's a problem." I said, "Got it. Fetch him."
Perfect.
So I called Joe and he said, "Oh, did you get the lady?" Then he described her. I said, "Yep." Because she's the worst. She was a bitch too. She took him an hour to get his fucking.
Interesting. So she's just not a master of efficiencies.
No, and I think it's like, so people start copping twos, and then she kind of like digs
her heels in, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I was telling my wife, I said, if you get one like Karen or Ken, okay, you're gonna, that's what you get. But within like 40 minutes I was there, I saw 4. You might want to look inward. That's probably you.
Yeah, maybe the problem lies elsewhere. Also, I
listen to what the crowd's saying, because it wasn't like just, there was also multiple rumblings and like, arms like fuck. Jesus. Like it was like the crowd. I was like, ooh.
I feel like Men's Warehouse has a policy against having more than 3 people on staff at one point.
I know.
Well,
they can't. They can't. When they like bankrupts, can't afford to pay more than 4 employees.
Well, that's what it is, and the job market's so popping right now that literally, who wants to work at Men's Warehouse? They're probably on some commission only fucking shitty pay thing. Shitty benefits. You got to stand around putting a tape measure up and down guys' dicks and around their fat fucking bellies all day, and trying to sell a fucking JCPenney suit to them for $300. Like, that sounds like a horrible job. I wouldn't sign up to do that. I would rather go work at the fucking grocery store and make like 3 times as much or whatever. But
no. But she was there. I was like, lady, you are creating your own world.
Yeah,
you're creating your own reality with the shitty attitude and the refusing to help us. It's like, so contrast. So then I got home, took my socks off, tried it on.
Yeah,
hole in the knee. I was like, God damn it. So I called the store and I said, okay, this is what's going on. I got a hole in the knee. Like, all right, well, this was on Thursday when I picked up the suit.
Wedding Saturday.
The wedding Saturday. So it'll ship on Friday. It'll be here Saturday morning. I said, okay, well, this was in Roseville. I live in Folsom. I said, there's a Folsom. I said, can you ship it there?
Perfect.
Yes, but I don't know what time they get their truck. So you have to call and figure it out. Same shitty lady. Okay. I said, okay. So I called them. And this guy was great.
Oh.
His name is Craig. He's like,
way to go, Craig.
And he said, I told him what's happening. He's like, okay, let me look it up real quick. Yeah, it'll be here at this time. We open up at 10. I'll pull it for you. So you just walk in.
Grab it and go.
And sure as shit, I walked in. He had it hanging for me. He said, just try it on if you want, which I did since I was right there. There's nobody in the store at that point in time. Tried it on. Perfect. He's like, great. Thanks.
Okay.
And then when I came back and drop it off, I just said, here you go. He just took it. That was it. He's all took it. Everything's out of your pockets. I said, yeah. He's like, if not, I'll give you a call.
Couple butt plugs in there, actually, maybe. Just
if you could just send me one.
Just
please.
Give me one back, the biggest one though, please. So Men's Warehouse sounds like it's got a little bit of the DMV-itis going on, it feels like.
Yeah.
I was very concerned about returning the suit because, similar to one of these Karens, we were leaving Sacramento. The kids were leaving a rather fun weekend that they had with unlimited candy and being spoiled by the grandparents and all this stuff, which is great. And I'm like, okay, we have a 2-hour drive back because traffic. And I'm like, the last thing I want to do when it's 103 outside is have my family have to sit in the fucking car and sweat while I am in here for 30 minutes just trying to give my suit back. So I went up, I'm like, I need to return this and like put it on that rack over there. And I like just turn around. I'm like, I just like walked up to somebody. I'm like, I'm returning this. And he's like, oh, thanks. And then so it was good. Yeah. I was in and out in 5 minutes, luckily. But I was scared because you had told me these horror stories.
It's just the one store. It's just the Roseville store.
Interesting.
Both stores great. Guy was great. Pulled it for me, and then I returned it. It was in and out in like 2-3 minutes. Walked in, said, here you go. He's like, all right.
That's all you
Anything in your pockets? I said, no, not that I know of. I think I cleared him. He's like, all right, I'll let you know. Cool, thanks. I was like,
I will say every suit that I've rented I'm returning it. And I'm like, I don't know how you're sprucing this back up for game time.
There has to be like a theme, like there's like
they've got to have something going on. But whenever I attend as a guest, my suit, when I'm hanging it up, it like doesn't even look like I used it. But as a groomsman, there's dirty, there's weird shit all over. Like who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what?
There's shit everywhere. Oh fuck yeah.
Anyway, well, we had a great weekend with our friend Joe, and it was good. It was the last one of the guys.
Yeah, he's the last of the Mohicans
to be sent off. And I think they were going to do a Hawaii honeymoon, but that got scrapped or something. And then they were going to do a Lake Tahoe honeymoon, but then Lake Tahoe's under siege from the fires. So
it's evacuated at the moment.
Are they doing a some sort of backyard staycation honeymoon or something? Or
I don't know. I can't answer that one.
Yeah. I tried to inquire with Joe, but he just blew past that one, I think.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional. That's why I usually don't pry.
Yeah. I'll probably pry. The one only negative thing about the wedding and having so much downtime, there was no cell service, so we couldn't get our Pokemon on.
That's what I was saying. There was a lot of downtime, I thought. So I was like, this would be perfect.
Oh my God.
Perfect Poke time.
Yeah. It would have been funny to just whisper down, like when they're standing up there, like, hey, Joe, there's a raid. You want to join us? We're going to go raiding.
Who's in?
His wife plays with us too, actually. So it would have been a funny.
That would have been great.
One funny moment there. But big congrats to the bride and groom. Of course, we're very happy for you all. Great against Cerny and I's predictions. Their little daughter, the flower girl, actually made it all the way down the aisle. There was no flowers being dispersed, but her just walking down was
beat all odds, beat all the Vegas odds.
Yes,
I would be broke because I thought there's 0% because we did the rehearsal and every time we tried to do the dry run, it wasn't happening.
Yeah,
it wasn't happening. I was like, with all the people here, no way.
Chance. And she walked down, and basically Joe being there was like, "Come on!" And then she just went up, and Joe was holding her, and then Stacy walked down. So it was like a perfect little. I thought it was really great.
Yeah,
it was a great day. So super happy for our friend Joe and Stacy. Welcome to the family, Chip and Cern Show family. You're welcome. You're here.
Welcome to the fam.
Welcome to the fam. But yeah, it was a good weekend. Good weekend.
It was. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much so.
But I don't know, unless we start making new friends, we don't have anyone left to really get married off. Our wedding.
So I put him on the spot, Mr. Brad.
Mm-hmm. But that still seems like could be 1 to 3 to 4 years away potentially.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
it's not going to be in 2021. I guarantee you that.
No, it doesn't seem that way. It does not seem that way. But yeah. Anywho, that was the Joe recap episode. Joe wedding recap.
I think it went pretty well. We covered all the basics.
We covered everything. No stone unturned. Well,
not one.
But
the bathroom thing was pretty funny.
So in the we'll hit with a little shit. We'll wrap it up with a little shit talk, and then we'll
wrap it up.
Then we'll really wrap it up. So there was this. Basically, it was like a big room that everyone could kind of get dressed in before the wedding. It had a full kitchen, so if you were going to do some catering or host a party, it was inside, air conditioned. They had 2 bathrooms there, and they also had this faux room. It was like a barn, but then they built like a movie set inside of it, like a Seinfeld
faux wall stuff.
Yeah, walls with pictures on them and shit. But it wasn't even. It wasn't actually the walls of the building. It was like a fake thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they had 2 bathrooms in there, and those were the only bathrooms that were there, right?
Besides the
forest, the nature tinkle. So quickly as the guests started rolling in, I would say upwards of over 100 guests.
I think 136 to be exact.
And everyone's got their pre-race shits they got to get out. You got your jitters, and that jostles up the colon pretty good. So people are probably having rather unpleasant bowel movements into the
bowel
porcelain.
movements. Yes.
Yeah. So these toilets both became clogged rather quickly.
And the water pressure got a little hazy.
He was the water, yeah. But the problem was that the toilets clogged very, very close, like within 20 minutes of the wedding starting.
Yeah. That's right. We haven't even started yet.
So it was like, oh, this could be a problem because, if Joe has a, last minute groundhog to shoot out or anything, he's got to be able to do that so that he's not We don't want to have them trying to hold that in during the ceremony, you know.
No.
And then 2-3 hours later, a truck drives up with a porta potty and drops it off.
And they got a pump, and they pump the
they had a big
septic system out too.
So I think it could have been worse, I guess. I didn't see anyone go like dropping trow and taking a dump in the woods, but
no, but I did think that. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Because there was a lady there. She got sprayed because she tried to flush the toilet, and the sink sprayed water. Did you see her? She was all soaked in the back.
Oh no! Because it was so backed up.
Yes.
Oh no!
And Tony had admitted that it was bubbling when he took a leak. And he's like, I didn't know what that was about. I just left it.
I didn't. Well, dare I say, classic Tony.
He said he knew he was in trouble. I said, yeah, that's probably a good prediction. I mean, if the toilet starts bubbling, I'd assume
that's not a good sign.
There's an issue.
Yeah. It's active volcano at that point. Get the fuck out of there. We just took our business to the redwoods, to the Christmas tree.
No lines out there.
There's no line out there. Just a bunch of pine needles and piss. But again, congrats, Joe. We had a great time. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you, Joe.
And
even though they don't listen, thanks.
Yeah,
out into the ether.
Yeah, we're just putting it out there. We're showing our gratitude and appreciation for Joe.
The universe will catch it.
The universe will catch it. There was even hand sanitizers on the table, so people could wash their hands. I don't know if you could use a hand sanitizer on your penis or your vagina. I feel like that would burn. Not recommended.
No, but I guess in a pinch.
In a pinch, you could. Yes.
Bear through.
There was N95 mask for everyone. It was great. Until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm CERN.
Cheers.